Today we'll be discussing what BIM Manager exactly is. Please comment below all the tasks and responsibilities you think BIM Manager should tackle. Before we go on further details and discussing what BIM Manager exactly is, previously we published a video about BIM and we extracted the keyframes out of it, which you will watch. BIM can be explained in three terms. There's a building information model. It's a digital model or combination of models that contain all the project data, asset information. And there is a building information modeling, the process of creating that asset information and involving the project information. How do we create that information? And there is building information management. How do we manage the whole information, the whole supply chain, to agree and to sustain what, when, and how to deliver the information? If you would like to watch the full video, please click on the pop-up link or the link in the description either below or above, depending on the platform you are in. There have been a lot of interpretations in the industry for a decade now. Many professionals have been providing their own point of view, and they have been discussing that there isn't a significant clarity on what exactly a professional is. When we come to BIM Manager, before understanding what does BIM Manager, let's try to understand a little bit more about the title of the BIM Manager. The title in itself contains building information modeling. But when we understand that building is not really a building that we are constructing, but instead creation, then suddenly the name becomes creation of information model, creating information modeling, and creating information management. Because these principles can be applied to the infrastructure, to manufacturing, to any other construction related industry. Therefore, when it comes to the creation, information modeling, that's where we have to tackle information flow and information management. However, the profession on its own is not only tackling the information, it's more about innovation. The construction industry is very traditionalized. Therefore, there aren't as much as innovation and technology involved even in the 21st century. When we combine this together with the professionals, there was a demand on a new profession who can bring innovation and technology in order to create efficient and effective supply chain throughout the project lifecycle. And that profession was referred as information manager or BIM manager. The main objective of the role is to bring innovation into the practice or project. In order to bring the innovation into the practice or project, there are different objectives for each particular stakeholder. For instance, if there's an architect, the objectives will be different than there is a manufacturer, there's a contractor, or there's a developer. All will have different objectives. Therefore, the innovation and efficiency in the supply chain should be focused particularly for their need. Therefore, each BI manager have a different point of view and different aspects to tackle for their niche. In order to achieve successful outputs, BI managers should have both technical and soft skills. Soft skills would contain change management, management of the people, mindset, and establishing processes. Those are management related tasks, which are more soft tasks. On the other hand, the BIM manager should have technical knowledge as well in order to understand what kind of technology there is and how to properly use it. So the right BIM manager can bring both of them together, and that is a complicated process. And experience might be needed in order to achieve maximum potential outputs. If there is a BIM manager who solely tackles technical or soft side of the profession, the results from the involvement of that BIM manager may not be satisfactory. For instance, I will give you an example for one of our clients who was a manufacturer. The client approached us and they required BIM implementation into their process, and they are manufacturing steel structures. These prefabricated steel structures are complicated because they have a lot of individual components. They have different strategic partnership with engineers. They have to subcontract it to the subcontractor for assembly purposes. So there are loads of information and communication going on. At the same time, they have to ensure that the budget and the time of the project is reasonable with the project owner. At the same time, architect should be satisfied with the design of the structure. Therefore, in order to visualize everything more accurately and to keep a sustainable supply chain throughout the project lifecycle, we established an objective to reach maximum for fabrication, for bedding, and for assembly. For fabrication, we decided on going through a complex BIM components that involve rules and constraints. So we know that these components should be used in a particular method, in a Lego format, so we can quickly bring the whole structure, whole canopies together. At the same time, when we have the whole structure, we could share easily the 3D information, 3D model with the architect, with the project owner, so they can visualize how it really fits with their design. They can provide feedback, and we can do the respective amendments very quickly, and then the bidding, the quote to the project owner can go right away because we'll have the bill of materials, BOM, directly extracted from the nested components, and those BOM will be very accurate because all the components that will require to construct this structure will be included in this BOM. And the bidding process to the project owner is accurate and fast, and the risk of the manufacturer is significantly reduced because we know exactly what kind of input we need for that project so he can arrange his supply chain to deliver the project within that time frame and within that budget. For the subcontracting and assembly side, they were getting very high fees because subcontractor found it very complicated. At the same time, a lot of information, and they did not realize how much input they will need to have to deliver for this project. Imagine yourself receiving a drawing package, which is maybe like a 20, 25 drawings, and including some engineer drawings, and they are looking at the drawings and there are too many details, too many data. And they were like, okay, how we are going to work, how many resources we will need, how many manpower we will need. Do we need man lifts? Do we need cranes? How many we need? For how long? There were loads of questions. Obviously, the manufacturer was delivering a video for them, but it was still not enough for that particular project. So what we did is we took these nested BIM components and we did a construction simulation. So we simulated the whole workflow that contains the people, contains the resources, and a timeline. So it was clear for the subcontractor how much input he needs to put, and it reduced his risk significantly because everything was transparent. So bidding for assembly was much, much cheaper. As you can see from this example, our objective and goal was different because of our particular purpose, because it was a manufacturer and we had to focus solely on that aspects. However, one thing remains constant for all the BIM managers, that is bringing innovation into the supply chain. That is the one main particular role that every BIM manager, information manager should have. And another very important thing is how to achieve this innovation into that particular practice because it's a really complicated process. A lot of people will reject the process, a lot of people will not want that change. So you need to be able to explain why we need it and how it can bring the benefits in the short and long run. Therefore, return on investment should be clear and transparent, And roadmap should be clear and transparent in order to build trust and clarity in the process. If you'd like to learn more about what kind of value BIM can bring into your project or practice, let's click on this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel because every week we are going to publish at least one educational content for you. Don't forget to turn your notification bell on. See you next time.